Naresh. I have over 23 years of industry experience in HR and mainly SAP HCM success factors. I am a solution architect and have been in global projects implementation for a couple of decades now. So over to you guys. Can you introduce yourself one by one, a brief, so that it becomes easy for us to continue the course? Can you introduce yourself, just a one-liner, so that we know each other? Rahul, Akshay,
Hi, this is
Somya.
Ragul here. Hi, this is Ragul here. I am a SF solution architect working in
Wonderful.
Singapore. Thank you.
Okay. So Rahul, which module you are working on?
The whole hire to retire.
Okay. Wonderful.
Hi, hi, good morning. Akshay here. I am HR professional, past 10 plus of years experience. And we are using the EC module, and I'm doing the payroll manager here.
Okay. Are you using EC payroll system, Akshay?
No. Only EC module, EC, RCM, PMGM, but
Okay.
ECP is not implemented.
Okay. We where you manage payroll right now?
So it's outsourced. So it's an
Oh,
integrated
okay.
system with our SF.
Okay.
So our
Okay.
data goes to that system once
Understood.
onboarded the employee, hiring the employee.
That's that's fine. Yeah. Next, Somya, Kaleshwara, Avedullah, Mukut. Guys,
My
please.
name is Kalesh. I am a test manager in payroll.
Thank you, Kalesh. Yeah, guys, go on, please. I think Shoma, Abdullah, you can give intro, please.
Yeah, hi, myself Ubaidullah Sheikh, and I'm an SAP integration manager. I'm working in Australia.
Thank you. So who is next? Uday, Kiran, Mukut, Somya, if you can please introduce yourself. Okay, that's fine. If you can later give intro, that will be so okay. Okay, so no, Mukut, we are not able to hear you. Any idea of audio issue? Check your microphone or can drop out from the call and rejoin. That might solve. Okay, Subhu, shall we start or are we waiting for anybody else? Yeah, Mukut, welcome back.
Hello, are you audible?
Yeah, you are.
Oh, yeah. My name is Mohammad Bukit Pasha. I'm into SF, RCM, RMK, and onboarding. Prior to my, I have total 6 years of experience. Prior to my SF, I have 2 years in SAP HCM module. So after that, I got an placement from to shift into the SF. So I got this. Currently, I'm looking for ECP. So I'm just want to learn the ECP module.
Wonderful, Mukut. Thank you. Anybody else want to introduce? Okay, so let's start today's session. Let me introduce the module to you. Let me share my screen. Okay. Okay, guys, let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah, we can.
Okay, so uh, many of you are from SuccessFactor background. That's wonderful to know. That will help and expedite learning as you are already exposed to the module, to the platform SuccessFactor. But so SAP SuccessFactor Employee Central payroll. So absolutely, this is a payroll module, payroll solution end to end, and we will learn here in this course how to configure SAP SuccessFactor Employee Central Payroll. Having said that, let me show you couple of yes. So just a high level, what will be cover in the course. Not all are listed here, but just first few chapters. We will have a deep dive on Employee Central Payroll overview, understand what is it actually. We will understand what are the capabilities and possibilities in Employee Central Payroll, and along with that, we will understand what are the limitations. It's a cloud solution. It is not on-prem payroll of SAP HCM, the good old on-prem payroll. It is not that solution. It's a cloud solution. It has some new feature. It has some new possibilities. At the same time, it does have some limitations. We will understand what are those. And then, as you can understand, this is SAP SuccessFactor Employee Central Payroll. So there is a integration from Employee Central to Employee Central Payroll. So we will know and learn a high level overview of that integration. And then to implement SAP SuccessFactor Payroll, what are the prerequisite? Means before you implement in the landscape SAP SuccessFactor Payroll, what activity you need to do, what need to be present in the landscape. Without that, the solution can't be implemented. And then, as you can know, this SAP SuccessFactor Payroll is not very old. It was introduced I will say, not even 10 years. It's 4 to 5, maximum 5 to 6 years back. So if you are working in a client's landscape where there is a SAP HCM payroll running already and they want to migrate to ECP payroll, why? Whoever is exposed to SAP uh, ecosystem, I hope you are aware, SAP has stopped investing in HCM, SAP HCM on-prem or SAP HCM, whatever the version is. They have stopped investing, and they are they are time and again extending the deadline, but there is a push from SAP for the client to move to EC, to success factors for HR solution. Okay, and SAP HCM modules like payroll, like time, uh, there are no more major release changes, just patches going on. So you will find there are many migration projects like like clients want to move from on-prem to ECP. So for migration, what are the high level things we need to keep in mind? So these are the starting agenda, but this is 4 to 5 times multifold in our course tenure. Okay, I'm just giving you a high level of what we are going to cover now. I'm sure some of you are from SAP background, but there are few who might not be from SAP background. So I will try to address in a journalistic way so that it is understandable by all. Okay. So to start with, let me give you a landscape idea. Where is it? Okay. So just a high level of Employee Central payroll overview. Okay. So it's a cloud-based payroll system. Okay, and it is hosted in SAP data center. EC payroll have three pillars. Okay, from end user perspective, it is accessed from SuccessFactors system. But when we say SAP SuccessFactor Employee Central Payroll, there is a major engine which is almost same what we had in SAP HCM on-prem payroll system. Okay, so the same engine is used, but it is hosted in cloud. It's not on-prem, so your client doesn't host it in their own servers, but it is hosted by SAP in their data centers. Just like these are hosted, SuccessFactors is hosted in designated data center as per region. Okay, so the engine is same. There is a schema. There are different PCR, function, operations, but it is connected from SuccessFactor, and what it is connecting, it is called point-to-point integration. Okay, so we will learn that what it is. The SuccessFactor system of the payroll, EC payroll, is connected with SAP payroll via this point-to-point integration. And if you need to implement DC payroll, you have to, other than SuccessFactor license, you have to buy, means SuccessFactor license, whatever module you are using. For EC payroll, you have to buy a separate license, and SAP will provide instances for development, pre-prod, and production. And uh, as I was saying, it is connected. The payroll engine is connected with the SuccessFactor instance, and how you access the payroll from SuccessFactors. So there is a UI. In the beginning days of EC payroll, it was not there. It was being used connected via Delbumi. But now what SAP has done, they have introduced a modern UI. The UI is called Payroll Control Center, or PCC. So when a payroll admin or a payroll officer is accessing payroll, they are not required to log into SAP SuccessFactor payroll in the SAP end, means the cloud end where the engine is hosted, where the schema, PCR, all the stuff is there. They don't need to log in SAP GUI. They can access that system via payroll control center, which is called PCC. It's a UI which you can access from SuccessFactor itself. It's inside SuccessFactor. And the beauty is, have anybody of you have processed SAP HCM on-prem payroll as a end user or tested? Anybody? And any of you have had that experience? Can you share your experience? How much time it used to take? Shall I take silence as no? Guys, yes, no? I want these sessions to be interactive so that it's not one way, it's both way.
No, I don't have.
Okay, okay, that's fine. So when you process payroll in SAP HCM payroll system, uh, there is a simulation process before the actual run. I'm talking about production. When everything is live, you are doing day to day, month to month activity. So when a payroll admin actually, before the say month end, your payroll period is monthly. Before the actual payroll run, the part of the process is pre-payroll run. It's a simulation. It To do that, it takes hell lot of time. Okay. Now, what SAP has done with the introduction of PCC or Payroll Control Center, uh, they have streamlined and make ease of pre-payroll and post-payroll process. Okay, it takes less time, and uh, you have more analytical report now in SAP HCM on-prem. If you are doing pre-payroll run checks to find out issues, errors, it used to take a few days. Okay, so yeah, sizable organizations I'm talking about now. And to do that, you have to lock records, to check, to find, to drill down reports from various sources. Now what SAP has done in payroll control center, they have strengthened not only the process of pre-payroll and post-payroll process, but the analytics side. And in SAP HCM, for pre-payroll, or you are doing some enhancement for a month, and before you release that in production, you need to do a dummy run in say pre-prod, right? Your test system. Now, for doing that, report running was very hectic, because payroll reports in test system you couldn't save in tables. Now what SAP has done, they have made those possible. And the analytics side, the reporting side of payroll processing is in a single solution in PCC Payroll Control Center. So it's a one single window PCC Payroll Control Center, where you can do your pre-payroll, post-payroll, IPDME, post-DME, if anybody have you heard about that. And also the reports are more in variety. So you can have reports even during pre-payroll processing. Okay, that is one big thing has been introduced in payroll control center. And uh, how many countries does it cover? So obviously this is a cloud solution. SAP has to SAP HCM payroll was available, their patch end of year available for, means you think about APAC countries, Asia Pacific, you think about Middle East countries, you think about Europe, North America, Latin America, and India. It was there for almost every countries. Now SAP EC payroll being a cloud solution, it's not yet entire globe, but currently the number of countries it support is 48. It is enhancing every year. Okay, it is increasing every year. So When you think about supporting your client, say your client is there in a very large scale of geographies, obviously this is a very major point. But yes, for so far localization is concerned, but it is covered in 48 countries right now. I checked this beginning of 2025. Maybe the number will go up end of year. And there is a major thing. So all of you are in SAP. You know, any of our patch update, any of our enhancement, note implementation, we used to reach to our basis counterpart, right? So, guys, there is a patch, there is an issue. I raised the OSS note and OSS ticket. SAP has recommended to implement. These are the notes. Now you reach out to your basis friend and ask him to check the note whether that is relevant to your version. If it is, you will implement. Simple. On-prem, you have to do that. That was the life. Now coming to EC payroll, your patch update, your note implementation is no more handled by your project team member basis guy. It is handled by SAP basis. Okay. So if you need to do any patch update, if you need to, if you are finding a bug, if you need to do any enhancement, custom enhancement, you reach out to SAP, create a ticket, sit with them, they will do it. So basis part, major thing is handled by SAP. So far, SAP SuccessFactors EC payroll is concerned. Any questions so far? I've been trying to introduce the module to you or overview for quite a time. Any feedback, any queries, any questions you have, guys? I will give a pause here.
No.
Okay, all good. Now coming to EC payroll possibilities and limitations. Okay, so as I said, EC payroll uses the good old SAP HCM payroll engine. It's a very trusted and established solution since 1970s. It is used in every industry, every country. So it is a trusted and proof solution. EC payroll doesn't have its own payroll driver. EC payroll doesn't have its own subschema, PCR, function, feature, operation, buddies. EC payroll is utilizing that engine which is there in SAP HCM payroll. Okay. But having said that, the overall solution is not the same like that of SAP HCM payroll. Why? Let's go one by one. EC payroll as being a cloud solution, and the SAP HCM payroll engine is also hosted in cloud. It's not on-prem when you talk about EC payroll. It has more standardization. Okay, more standardization. It's a cloud solution. It has more standardization than that of SAP HCM payroll. That is the first thing. Second, whoever is working in SAP environment, you know, client asks for something, whether it's standard or not, we will check if it is achieved through any SAP standard solution, standard feature function. If not, we will sit with our above guy, give a logic, copy a code, customize it, or write a code, write a form, and things are done. Now, coming to EC payroll, there are modification permitted, but you can't update the source code of SAP. It's a cloud solution. You are not permitted to update the source code. That is the Second thing. Third thing, enhancement packages. All of you who are in from SAP background, you know enhancement package is a concept in SAP. Enhancement package means, in a layman's term, so far as a software or a ERP is concerned, enterprise planning is concerned, you actually uh, there is a standard code written already, or standard feature there, function there in SAP. You copy it, make it a Z or custom, write, append, amend your own code to achieve your custom requirement. Okay, so maybe you have a, say your client wants, I will just give a very simple example so that all of us understand. uh, you have in the success factor, you need a validation of employee address. Second, you need to know if somebody, say you are US record, okay, US country your client is, you want to know, and you want the moment the employee changes his her home address from one province to other, you need to have certain automation, a mail triggered to say payroll team, a simple workflow in success factor. You may need your tax calculation to be automated, part of payroll process of that. So it's an enhancement, right? So the good old days of SAP HCM payroll, you were able to do that. Just write exit enhancement package, you are done. Now in SAP HCM payroll, SAP has SAP SuccessFactors EC payroll. SAP has brought in many enhancement already part of package. It's already there, part of standard feature. But if you need to do such, not all are permitted. It's limited. Options are very limited. If you are able to do 100 enhancements, say SAP HCM on-prem payroll, in SuccessFactors payroll, you can only do say 10 to 15. That's a limitation. Why? It's a cloud solution. Fourth, I already told you the basis part of it. Your basis consultant, yes, they will be instrumental in initial implementation. They will work with SAP, but your infrastructure means your database. Uh, what used to have SAP HCM payroll in good old days when we started our career decades back, it was in mostly in Oracle. Okay, then SAP brought in their own database, Heck, then HANA, okay, and then Amazon provided AWS. So there are many offerings now for SAP HCA, SAP SuccessFactors EC payroll. You don't manage the infra part. You can't host whoever you are partner. You can't host the data center, the database. Okay, you can't host that. It is managed and hosted by SAP basis. Okay, that is a major thing, very major thing. And yes, it the model of this service is SaaS, software as a service. Okay, it's software as a service means you buy a license, then there is a user cost. How many users you have, based on that your cost will matter. And when you buy the license, part of that subscription, what you get the landscape, you get a development, you get a quality, you get a production, that SAP will provide. And they will provide the global offering, means they will provide all country part of package. Now it's up to you which is the country you need to use. Okay, and that is one. And before 2016, it was not very much very commercialized, means it was there, but very limited, very limited. So Before that, SAP was using EC payroll by a middleware, as I told you. It was like Delbumi, one of the middleware used. Post 2016, I will say Q2 2016, that's official, but uh, it is 2017 early. SAP provided point to point integration, P2P, PTP, people call it in very many names. It is actually point to point integration. It is a solution provided by SAP, field to field mapping. And this point to point integration, you have to configure also. It is connecting Employee Central with SuccessFactor EC payroll. Now, please, uh, not everything is possible to write, but please bear this in mind. If you want to use SAP SuccessFactor Employee Central payroll, if you want to implement, you have to have Employee Central implemented before that. Without Employee Central, SAP SuccessFactor EC payroll can't work. That is a major prerequisite. Okay, am I audible, guys? I know it's a weekend morning. Everybody's tired, but if you can have some high yes no, that will give me some boost.
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you, guys. Uh, Now, before that, I will try to give some focus on where is my screen? One sec. So, as you can understand, SAP SuccessFactor EC payroll is very much dependent on the Employee Central. So, we will have a touch. We will not learn EC in this course. We will have a touch on what is what, because these data in Employee Central, which is required for payroll only, those data will be replicated from Employee Central to SAP SuccessFactor EC payroll. Only those data which is required for payroll, those will be replicated, not all. So in Employee Central, there are many portlets. Okay, we call it portlet in Employee Central, SuccessFactor Employee Central. Where in SAP we call it info types. Okay, screens. So it's a terminology change, it's a concept change. So one major area of those is personal information. Okay, an employee's personal information. Okay, so under personal information there are many sub portlets. To name a few, you have biographical information where you record your date of birth, your employee ID. Okay, your like uh, any means, these are major, but your ethnicity kind of those. Okay, there is again national ID information where you record the like in India we record Aadhaar, PAN number. In US you record SSN, in UK you record NIC. So every country has their own national ID, and SuccessFactor as a solution provides almost every country in the world what is their national ID, and this national ID you need to record and it will be validated. Like Aadhaar is full numeric, right? So it's a 12 character numeric value, and that also have meanings of positions. So many countries like let me name like UK have NIC, National Insurance Number. Now NIC is not numeric, it's alphanumeric. Okay, and it has position values, like you will have first or second, like alphabet, last digit is alphabet, middle there are a few numbers, so it has meaning. it has a auto validation inside the system. Okay, so this is one. Then work permit information. Many of us goes to different countries for work. Okay, maybe for 2 months, maybe for 2 years. So we get our work permit, right? Visa. So those need to record it. The your work permit number, your validation, your validity, issuance authority, okay, nature of work permit. So all those are recorded. Then your bank account information, which is called in SAP HCM, it is called bank payment bank information, info type 9, and in success factor we call it payment info. So likewise, we have email, we have address, different kind of address, we have emergency, we have dependence details. So these, not all of these are replicated from success factor to EC payroll, but whichever is relevant, like your bank. Okay, let me have my pointer first. So this color is bad. Okay, so what is replicated? Your bank is replicated. Okay, your personal information is replicated. Your work permit is replicated. Your nationality is replicated because of many reasons, remittance, tax. Your email is replicated, but emergency is not replicated. Phone is not replicated. Dependents may be replicated. Why? Uh, if your organization has policies of like family medical insurance, if your organization have accident insurance policy, if you have benefits like children benefits like schooling benefits, many organization provides, you will be provided this much amount of money for if you have kids for their schools fees or school bag or their grooming. There are many such things. Okay, so this is one. Second is employment. This is very major. Okay, so I heard and many of you are uh, from success factor background. Can you tell me day to day what you see in employment information?
Job info, comp info.
Okay, so yes, job info, comp info, that is correct. But along with that, we have uh, core employment information like what is your hire date, what is your, if you have been rehired, what is your rehired date? Many organizations record that. What is your, if you have left the organization or you have been terminated, what is your last working day? Okay, what is your exit day? Where last working day is not same as exit day. So that is recorded, and your employment, like how to put it, your employ your personality external number. So in success factor there are many ID numbers for employee. You have user ID. Okay, you have person ID external, which is a standard field. Okay, so person ID external will be used if you have, if you are implementing EC payroll. Why? Person ID external is nothing but the CP number of SAP. Okay, so these are the stuff will be there. Then again, job relationship. Okay, so you are working in an organization, you will have your line manager, you will have your HRVP, you might have your departmental head. So you have a matrix manager relationship. So all these are recorded in job relationship, which is actually coming under employment info. And major thing, compensation information, where you record all of your recurring non-recurring pay components. Okay, So those are very vital, like basic pay, your HRA, all of your allowances, any deductions if you have, and one of payment, non-recurring payment, which is linked again with info type 15 in SAP, it's SAP SuccessFactors EC payroll system. Okay, so always you have to connect these both world, because the solution is comprising of these two worlds. So we will come across both SuccessFactors terminology and core SAP terminology. Okay, so let's proceed. Oh, I duplicated this slide. Pardon me. So when it is implemented, SuccessFactors Employee Central Payroll, your transactional system will be SuccessFactors always. Okay, your users, business users, your line manager, your employees, your payroll admin, all of them will use SuccessFactors. They will not log into SAP. Okay, and uh, when they do, they will record day-to-day employee lifecycle events. Like, so in SuccessFactors, these lifecycle events are called events: hire, rehire, transfer. Okay, your promotion. So there is a long list of standard events. Now, all of us know, or for those who are not exposed to HR events in SuccessFactors, we call these events, and these are standard. You can't create or delete anything. This is SAP provided part of the package. What you can do, you can create, pardon me, you can create event reasons as per your need. So, say you have transfer, you can have 10 event reason. Okay, say transfer without increment, transfer with increment, transfer, say international transfer, when a person is moving from one country to other, transfer between subsidiaries. So you have a event reason like transfer between subsidiaries. So as per your business need, as per your organization, the way the business happens, the process, business process, you have to do that. So event in SuccessFactors is linked with actions in EC payroll system. Okay, and which is recording your hire to termination. It's a day-to-day thing. Throughout the year, it happens. Now, events are actually pick list, and event actions. All of these, like I said, is supplied by software SAP SuccessFactors. It's part of the package. You can't create or delete. You can change the level. Okay, how they look. Uh, so to name a few, like we know, all of us know, hire, data change. Your line manager is changing. Nothing else is changing. Your cost center got changed. Your location got changed. Means, let me give a simple example. You are in a regional office. Okay, you are in HR department, say HR master data section. You move from there to testing. Some project is going on, so your testing team. What will happen? Your business unit, your division, all of will remain same, but there may be a change in cost center, a location change. Why? Because maybe your project team is housed in a separate building with same vicinity, separate building. So that may have a different ID, okay, building number. So those kind of things. Return to work. Return to work means somebody goes to a long time leave, LOA. So people in Northern America, they normally use this part of their HR process. Anybody going to leave more than 15 days, is considered as a long-term leave, and event is executed inside success factor called leave of absence. And when that employee, after the leave is complete, comes back to work, that is called return to work. During this period, when the employee is not in the office, that record will be dormant, not active, not inactive, but dormant. Then we have suspension. So suspension is a layman term. Okay, Indians know very well. If you have done some activity which attracted disciplinary action, it will call for temporary or long-term suspension. So that will also be covered part of events, and that event will be replicated from success factor to SAP HCM payroll via P2P, point-to-point replication, and update there our record. And you can see that in PA20, PA10 transaction code. You can see in info type 0, all these actions, if these events, related events are executed in success factor, the replication will actually pick up those record and replicate SAP success factor EC payroll system. You will see those actions against those events. Clear? So any kind of global assignment, start, and all those stuff. Clear so far, guys? Yes? No?
Yes,
No?
yes.
Yes.
Okay. Any area which you need me to repeat? Any area which you need to rephrase? Okay, I take this as a no. Okay, this we have covered. This we have covered. Let's drill down further. So we we are reading in the slide. There are limitations. What are those? I've named few. There are a few more list. So you can't create a custom operations. You can't create custom payroll functions. These are whatever part of the package is provided is elaborative. You can't create. You have PCRs. You have schemas. Same like SAP HCM on-prem payroll. But as I told, you can't modify SAP source code. Implicit enhancement not allowed. Okay, limited enhancement are allowed, implicit not allowed. There is no middleware. Point-to-point integration is the only thing which takes care of integrating application. Employee Central will always be the system of record. Clear? Data flows, all info for payroll to run. Now, as I told you, in Employee Central, we hold so many stuffs in different portlets. Do we need to replicate all of them to SAP HCM SuccessFactors EC payroll? Answer is no. Only replicate from EC to ECPY those records which are required for payroll to run, like events, actions. Events replicated and make actions, like compensation info, like payment info or bank info. Okay, like compensation recurring, non-recurring, both. Now these are the major stuff which will be replicated along with country specific stuff. Okay, the payload will carry only those which is required for payroll to run. uh, Now to ECHCM payroll, yeah, sorry, my bad, to success factor EC payroll, which is actually the old SAP HCM system, but it's hosted in cloud. uh, for them, for that system, EC is like personal administration, PM module. Okay. Now, what you need to do in EC payroll end, you have to configure and define enterprise structure. You have to configure and define the employee structure. Basic org structure need to be configured. Okay. Now, there should be a question from you guys. What happens for time? Now, there are some part of time has been Xed. Okay. Now, can you tell me what is the time solution in SuccessFactor? Any of you know?
TOTS and TT. Time off, time sheet, time tracking.
Wonderful. Time off, time sheet, time tracking. So, SAP is heavily investing on time. Okay. There was no separate certification before. SAP introduced 1 or 2 years back. And since then, SAP is investing a lot, improvising a lot, modifying a lot. What does that mean? The good old time management in SAP on-prem, that doesn't have everything in EC payroll solution. So in EC payroll, part of payroll schema, the time evaluation will be done, not the whole payroll time driver, but that part which is there into time schema. For why it is required? For paying out. Now, when we say time off, time tracking, this entire time management into SuccessFactor ecosystem. What we do, we hold, so we have time types in SuccessFactors. Okay, we have time profile. Okay, so think about overtime scenario. You are implementing in a factory, implementing for a client who has 10 factories, few workshops, warehouse, etc. So in factory, we know people work in shift and uh, they may have overtime if they go beyond their shift timing due to business exigency. Okay. Now, these overtime is part of timesheet in SuccessFactor. We will configure time types, different time types, and we will log them in time account. Then we will log them in time profile. We will have rules, and we will capture and calculate overtime, and those will be brought by point-to-point integration and updated the time wage type in EC payroll like 2010. One example. Okay, so it allows to handle couple of time rules in payroll schema. You won't have the full functionality of time management in EC payroll. It's limited functionality. Okay, but for time, SAP has provided in SuccessFactor time management solution. Okay, time off, time tracking, and absence. That's the part. Any questions on this?
You mean to say the loss of hours of an employee as per the actual working time, which will data go down to
Clock
uh,
in, clock out.
010.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So if you are you need to go for positive time management, you have to implement clock in, clock out, and clock in, clock out is coming not in EC license. So also, guys, you guys are facing client, bear this in mind. uh, EC payroll is connected with time management, though we will not cover time management in our course. It's a separate module. Anybody interested, we can you can speak with the institute. There's a separate, it's a whole big solution. We have time off, we have time tracking, all those stuff. Okay, and clock in, clock out. So When we say clock in, clock out, absence management is part of EC license. But when we are talking about time tracking like clock in, clock out, that is requiring a separate time of license from SAP. Okay, please bear this in mind. If your client forcing you, asking you solution, bring in, clock out, time sheet, part of EC, you can't do that. For that you need a separate license and separate package. Okay, so that is one very big area. Any questions? Anybody? I couldn't hear you. Can you repeat your question, please?
No, no question.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, what are allowed? Just to recap, you can obviously configure schema and rules. What is schema? Schema is nothing but step by step logic for payroll calculation. Okay, your payroll has many things. You have earning, you have deduction, you have taxation. Okay, you have different statutory remittance, you have time wage types, okay, which will be calculated, paid in payroll, okay, you have benefits, okay, you have insurance, hell lot of things. All these logic, calculation logic, okay, processing logic is coming in schema. Under schema, you can have sub schema. Inside sub schema, you will have PCRs, you have rules, okay. You can obviously build custom payroll function, payroll operation. You can create payroll report, and a certain extent of bodies are allowed to enhance. Okay, why? Because for replication, P2P replication need to bring in data from different portlets of SuccessFactor EC and update default data into info types. There are certain things strictly not allowed. You can't have announcement part in SAP code. Strictly no. You can do code modification. No SAP code change allowed. Okay. Cannot use the following on-premise functionality in ECP. So what you used to do, if you have exposed to SAP on-prem payroll or hard, you can't use OM, SAP HCM OM. Can't use that. Why? Can any of you tell me why we can't use SAP HCM OM, position, org unit, all those stuff in
Because
EC
your
payroll?
EC is carrying because your EC is carrying your foundation objects, right?
Absolutely.
Business
And what
unit
are
division,
those?
business unit division department.
Wonderful. So part of position management, part of your foundation object in EC, you have division, you have department, okay, you have position, all those which is similar to OM is managed in EC will be brought in by replication. For time management, again to repeat, there is limited scope of time SAP time management. Okay, you need to have employee central time management. So before payroll solutioning, you need to answer this question and address to your client for time. If you are doing EC payroll, either you have best suggestion is go for EC time management. Your solution will be easy. Your system process will be easy. If that is not possible, then SAP has tie up with workforce software that can be done. Many people have been using Chronos as a time solution and has integration with EC payroll or success factor that also can be used. Okay, but so far my experience, I have seen EC time management the way it is now. It is more more friendly with EC payroll. Okay, and we can use EC custom field to replicate additional Y. So when we do this P2P integration, this has field to field integration. When I say field to field, you will pick up, you have a concept called like we have portlets in SuccessFactor in InfoType in SAP. To bridge a gap, what P2P does, it's a template concept, and every field is linked with every field, called a relevant field. So let me give you an example. If you pick up bank info, we have IBAN in InfoDrive 9 in SAP HCM. So we also record. So IBAN is also maintained in payment info in SuccessFactor EC. So these two fields are different, right? In bank, you have also building scroll number, or you have BSES number. So all these are mapped in EC payroll. Okay, the EC field and the SAP field, EC payroll field. So in this way, there is standard fields mapped, there is custom field mapped, and if there is a country specific stuff, those are also mapped, and you can write logic. Okay, so in this way it is mapped. uh, Capabilities, what easy payroll can handle: everything, gross to net payroll, like we had in SAP HCM payroll. Same thing, whenever there is any legal change, whenever there is a localization change, introduction of new localization, country specific reporting, SAP does provide that part of releases in EC payroll. And also, when required, they offer patch updates. Any tax form, tax model, tax compliance. So it may be income tax of India, it may be uh, like BIC tax factory of US, or we have HMRC of UK. So whatever their remittance requirement, your tax return, your tax declaration, all those are handled by EC payroll. Okay, time to time they provide updates. EC payroll can manage any advance or deduction, and also like SAP HCM had the capability of retroactive calculation, so do the EC payroll. So not every ERP can handle retroactive calculation. Like, let me quote one, just contextual to thought to share. Any of you have encountered exposed to Oracle HR systems? Any of you guys, or any
No.
other? Okay, so Oracle HR, it's a very old ERP. Many companies use it. Oracle HR can't handle retroactive calculation. So retroactive, just to reiterate, retroactive means like this is November 2025. You get a promotion from January 2025. It was due. Okay, missed the cycle due to many reasons. Now management has approved your promotion and gave effective date from 1st Jan 2025. So obviously part of promotion, you are getting a salary hike, your designation changes. So what will happen? Will they go back and run the January payroll again? No, right? So they will actually update your job info, update your comp info. Part of that, update your recurring pay elements, pay components. And when it is happening, they will give effective date from Jan 1st. And when the entry is done, The P2P integration will pick up the data and update the similar info types, relevant info types into EC payroll, and the payroll when it runs for November, they will actually do your calculation, retroactive calculation. What is the difference? Month by month payment. What is the deduction month by month payment? Everything will be done in November. Apart from your new salary, your arrears will be calculated. So system will do auto calculation. It's not a manual activity. So retroactive will be handled. Payroll simulation, pre-DME, pre-payrolls, control records, what was there in SAP HCM. It's something similar, but the stuff is different. So we will learn that in our course, how payroll simulation is handled in our our EC payroll. Okay, so that is one. Now many other activities like check printing, bank transfer, these has been streamlined. It takes less time. The process is easier. Okay, so we will learn how to do that. Alert for data errors and inconsistencies. This is a major thing. So previously in payroll simulation, what you used to do, we used to run pre-payroll checks, and it used to take a lot of time for fixing data errors, inconsistencies, master data. Days. Now it's in hours. Time, process, uh, feature, function has been actually modified a very big way, very big way. Data privacy protection is a part of it. Nothing new about it. Payroll auditing, as I was saying, analytics is big in EC payroll. It's inbuilt feature. Many reports are there for payroll auditing, not only for actual run, but also for pre-payroll run. Uh, we have a big chapter in SAP HCM on-prem payroll and also in SEC payroll integration with SAP FI. Okay, so the ledger posting, that the provisioning, the time and attendance system, your benefit, your pension, all of these you need to integrate with SAP FI. Same EC payroll has integration with SAP FI. Part of the package it is coming, but you need to configure. Evaluation of time data for generating compensation data, it is there. Analytic KPI is there. Okay. Employee self-service, this is from SuccessFactor end, and you can implement SAP mobile, SuccessFactor mobile application for that. ESS feature is there. Okay, that is one. So how this payroll control center handles auditing and allows pre-payroll results. So the concept is declustering. So like there is a similar but different approach in integration in SAP and SuccessFactor, not from payroll perspective, from other data. Have you heard about SAP BIB Info Portal, BIB, Business Integration Builder? Any of you?
That is for S4HANA, right? For
Yes.
ECC.
Yes, it's for S4 HANA, ECC. BIB is there. It is also there from on-prem. You can do that. So BIB has a decoupled integration, but payroll control center for EC payroll has a declustering concept. Okay. So this solution actually offers to run pre-payroll checks, to have results, and for audit reports. And like we were saying, analytics is heavy. Okay, you can check gross in last payroll KPIs, claims generated in PCC. All you can do. You don't need to log into EC payroll in SAP side through GUI. You can do it from SuccessFactor via the UI of PCC. So one-stop solution. You can do all of this stuff. Okay, and the payroll admin don't need to log into SAP GUI. They can do it all their tasks through payroll control center in Employee Central. Okay, so and payroll control center actually handles the release stuff. So in remember in SAP HCM on-prem we had uh, release mode, then correction mode. So it used to take a huge time, but PCC actually helps in. Uh, now what is happening is payroll control record is not released; it is run in PCC. Daily you can do, and you don't need to wait for the pre-payroll check. You can do checks in day to day, so that your data consistency becomes very positive, and there is very less error. So it's very seamless. That is one I wanted to let you know. And yes, so uh, there is couple of things part of partner, couple of things part of your client. So payroll control center process steps, obviously it will be responsible for client to process, and for partner to configure. Any which type payroll schema PCR configuration, it's partner's roles. Same, no change. Transports, partner roles. Testing, both partner and client. Integration to Employee Central. This is means why I'm reiterating this is EC payroll don't exist without EC. Okay. And processing, report, bank reconciliation, all these are client's role. No change in that. Okay. Check filtering, tax filing, these are like you may have in-house or outsource. I'm not going into that. Okay, these are the normal stuff. Okay, so I think I have been able to draw a picture of EC payroll, what is, how it is coming into existence, what it does, what it is capabilities on a very high level um on the topics. Okay, any of you have any questions, queries, specific ask, please do so.
So what is the course content actually in the ECP sessions?
The course content is point to point integration. Okay, payroll control center, and with this whatever provisioning setting we need to do, and there are couple of there is a list of configurations we need to do in SAP end, means EC payroll end. We will cover, just in layman terms, we will cover this entire thing, and absolutely end of that we will go through a process step by step, so that you can actually play the role of a EC payroll consultant.
Uh, Thank you. So I have three questions. I think three of them you answered already, and this was really a fruitful session. However, my motive of joining this course is from an implementation perspective. So I need to more understanding the provisioning setting we need to enable to start implementing EC payroll, and then how we need to do those setting on provisioning. So and sort of an end to end, and based on the requirement gathering, what I need to enable, either on EC payroll or provisioning or whatsoever. Because payroll side, I'm okay. P2P is fine. But I just want to know like a step by step, like if you do go to the client side and do the requirement gathering, then based on the requirement gathering, what all sorts of settings you need to enable in order your EC payroll to work. So will that be covered?
Yeah, that's our objective of this course. And if I am understanding right, may I know who is this?
This is Vaibhav. I joined a bit late because of some technical glitch.
Okay. So, what role you do play in your current function?
I'm a lead consultant, implementation consultant. So I just want to switch to EC payroll. I'm not doing EC payroll at this point.
Which module you are lead of?
Payroll, UK,
SAP HCM UK payroll.
SAP payroll UK and Ireland. That's it.
Okay, so you are doing configuration in on-prem as of now.
Correct.
Okay, is it a implementation project or support?
Yes, implementation.
Okay, so you want to switch from SAP HCM payroll to EC payroll. Am I right?
Correct.
Okay, so yes. So today is a demo session.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to familiarize yourself the change of world from SAP HCM payroll to EC payroll, and what are the new stuff and what is the ecosystem. So if you can see my screen, this current slide, this is talking about how EC payroll is the entire landscape architecture. So let
Yeah.
me,
Yeah. I'm certified in EC and ECP both. I've done the
wonderful.
EC. Yeah. I've done the ECP support as well.
Okay.
So I've done the ECP bit of implementation as well. But the only thing which I'm lacking is, in SAP payroll, I know what I need to do from requirement gathering up until hypercare go live support whatsoever. Yeah.
Hmm.
Here, what I'm lacking is what I need to do first. If I go to the client side for requirement gathering, what questions I need to ask, keeping in mind to enable setting on provisioning. Or
So
suppose like in IT 0007, earlier we had to do like create um, plan working time in SAP, in ECP as well in EC application. Okay. But now they have enabled like you don't have to do it twice. So you just have to do it on EC like these enhancement, which really making a life of our customers easier. Those sort of a bit of a tricks, new enhancement been added to make ECP a more like a wholesome solution for people.
yeah, so if I'm getting it right, you want the insight of workshop questions. What you,
Yeah,
how do you want to handle the client during your design phase or
design
before
phase.
design phase?
Yeah,
How do you prepare your questionnaire? How do you
yeah,
prepare your design document? And part of workbook, what shall be your input requirement questions to your clients, keeping in mind
yeah.
EC payroll current solution, right?
Correct, correct. So that's it.
That
Yeah,
that also will be covered. So we will go step by step,
yeah,
uh, and we will also learn to read and update workbook, and based on that, how to configure the system. So there are couple of activities to be done part of EC payroll in EC payroll end means SAP end,
yeah,
and there are couple of activity to be done in provisioning setting
yeah,
from success factor end. So
yeah,
I will show you in the system how that is done, where that is
yeah,
done, and also I will share workbooks and notes for step by step implementation what you need to do.
yeah. Okay.
Does that answer your query?
Yeah, yeah, it does. Yeah. Thank you.
Wonderful. So anybody else? Any questions before we proceed? Okay, I hope silence is no. Let's give you some more insight. So, as we know, for EC payroll, source of truth or source of data is SF Employee Central. Uh, to mention what are the main portlets, your personal information, your employment, job info, comp info, time. Here, time means it may be only absence, it may be timesheet, it may be clock in, clock out. Okay, so time tracking, your time types, all those. And then benefits. If you have insurance, if you have schooling, if you have any other benefits recorded, if you are utilizing EC benefits. So those record are replicated via point to point integration or connection to EC payroll for payroll processing. for legal processing, for any comms, for any salary disbursement, and the pay slip. This is actually configured in EC payroll, but we have uh, we have a concept, like you can show this integration is back and forth both way. So obviously you don't want the employee to go to log into SAP GUI for viewing the SAP pay statement, right? So what happens? There is a solution, standard solution. Previously we used to run a program in SAP and used to schedule one program which used to bring in the payslip data and update in a MDF, a standard MDF object, employee payroll result item, in SuccessFactor EC, and through that we used to view the payslip. Now SAP has changed that concept, and the payslip is replicated to EC from EC payroll, and you don't need to use a MDF object. SAP provide a standard solution so that you can view the payslip period wise in SuccessFactor itself. And then again, if you talk about the landscape architecture, once the payroll is processed, a confirmation message of payroll processing is synced to EC. Okay, and if we talk about the non-HR system, how it is connected, so from SAP FI, the cost center is interface to uh, employee central. So for the cost center object is concerned, so whenever there is a new cost center created in SAP FI or existing cost center amended in SAP FI, the same is interfaced to EC, okay, via CPI or via other middleware, uh, and it is updated in EC. That's the flow for cost center. We don't replicate profit center, we only replicate cost center. This is one flow. Again, whenever EC payroll is running payroll, obviously every payroll has a charge of cost against a cost center, right? So the payroll posting, there is a similar interface from SAP FI to EC payroll and from EC payroll to SAP FI. All the payroll posting, all the ledger posting is done in this way. So this is a high level architecture. Any question, guys?
See, it's not only the cost center, right? It's also about the financial document transfer to S4HANA finance system. So you also require to transfer the document to the finance system, right? The payroll posting documents.
Those will be there, but I am just taking you through the basic payroll requirement. We will drill down when we go to that chapter, when the course starts after demonstration. Absolutely, we will cover that chapters.
All right. Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, I will
What
take
is the
this.
duration of the course
Yes.
basically? Duration?
Duration is 3 months.
And it's a daily batch or a weekend batch?
It's a mix actually. We'll have 2 days in weekend, okay, and 1 day in a weekday. For timing, you can connect with the institute. We'll decide.
Great. Thank you.
Okay. So this is this architecture is change in means before 1605, uh, the payroll system used to integrate with EC with the help of Dell Boomi as a middleware. Okay, there was a replication process, there was a confirmation process. After the introduction of P2P integration, that middleware requirement has gone, and This is the high level architecture right now as on date, just to give you an idea. And like I was saying, uh, for for prerequisite for prerequisite for EC payroll, there is certain activity to be done. Like there is a program called HCM underscore SFPC underscore MDEC to HR. These need to be, this is a switch. This needs to be switched on. Okay, by transaction code SFWP W5. And once that is done, then you can proceed for integration, for implementation. So this is one I wanted to let you know. And there are certain provisioning steps under company setting in for EC payroll. So you have to enable EC payroll, you have to enable PCC. There is other web services need to be switched on, SF API, SOAP, all these need to be switched on, and their relevant integration need, relevant configuration need to be done. Okay, so this is just info, as you asked that what are the prerequisites. So these are starting uh, of before implementation of issue payroll. This is in SAP and these are in success factor end. Okay, so I will stop sharing. I think I overshot time today. It's a demo session. I open the forum for any queries, any questions to all of you. So I think I didn't made Vaibhav before you joined late. Was it your question, Vaibhav, about workshops, about client questions?
Sorry, say that again, please, for me. Thanks.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions? Or if you don't have any queries, we can conclude today's demo session and you can connect with Subbu for further progress, how to
Yeah,
start, when to start, further about the course.
yeah. So just one question, like, is it gonna be like a 2 hour session or like a 1 hour session?
1.5 hour per session,
One, 1.5 hours.
3 days a week.
Okay, that's great. So that's what I'm struggling currently because I don't really know from where to start and where to end. I still have like a SAP on premise in my head. So I want to take it away, take it down, and bring the ECP sort of a thing.
Hmm.
Because my brain doesn't work from a ECP perspective. It always works from on-premise perspective, like what possible, what not possible, enhancement, user access, and everything.
Okay.
So that,
So,
yeah.
Vaibhav, your exposure is into UK payroll only, right?
You can Irish for it, yeah.
UK and Ireland. Okay, that's fine. So, you have been exposed to HMRC integrations, I hope.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For sure.
Hmm. Okay. And you are based out from UK or India?
So I'm in the UK. That's the
Okay.
big problem for me. If you start in the
Okay.
morning, I have to wake up early. Yeah.
Yeah, the reason I asked is your timing. You have to check with Subbu.
Yes, I'll check
Okay,
it.
okay. Yeah, I have been to UK for a couple of years.
Ah,
I
okay.
was into Manchester.
Oh, I was
Okay,
in Warrington for quite a
Harrington.
bit.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, then. If none of you have any other questions, we can close today's demo session. Please connect with Subbu for your further questions about course starting, timing. As I said, the target is 2 days in weekend. Okay, we can agree mutual timeline timing on weekend and 1 day in weekday. Okay, that's the target, 3 days a week. Okay, then
Okay, thank
have
you.
a nice
Thank
weekend. Thank you
you.
for your
Take care.
time.
Bye.
Bye bye.